Alright, here we are with another new player from the day, Akan. So, you're new to my table, and I'm also just now starting to play with you at our Wednesday games. Because I haven't been in a campaign with you except for the end of Path and this new one, Days. So, I guess same question that Mandy had asked Andy earlier. God, I'm gonna need name tags for you people.
Well, I probably also missed the part where I became Mandy.
No, I get it, but you became Mandy at our Wednesday game, and then we're just now informing you about it.
Okay.
Because that's how we.
So it wasn't something I missed last
right.
session 0 for other reasons.
No, you didn't miss that. That was a Wednesday thing. We just informed you that was your day. What's your D&D resume like?
Truth be told, it is not extensive.
Okay.
I remember my first time actually playing, because I had an interest in it, but my first time actually playing was for a single session of a campaign that did not take off.
Sorry.
It actually fizzled mid-game. And this was amid the pandemic, so this was my only human interaction for like 4 months on either side, essentially. And that was actually with another player in our group, Andy, and so that actually kind of put me off it for a while. And then I did that thing where you just lock in on one thing and focus on it like 2 years later, and I learned maybe not all the rules, but a crap ton of rules for D&D. A lot of the ins and outs of different classes, spells, stuff like that, and didn't play. And then I briefly joined a group, then work took me away, because I hated speaking, and it was Thomas.
Right.
And then I was recently able to join Path of the Damned. And now I'm in Days of Systems, and now I'm here, so I've kind of been trying to get here for a few years. Finally landed.
Alright. So overall, with the exception of that game that put you off of it for a while, how's your player experience been?
Pretty solid, honestly pretty amazing. It's the old joke about it's a joint group hallucination is spot on and
that
honestly
is true.
great.
Especially with today's episode, that seems to be more or less accurate.
Yeah. Yep.
Today's episode title, Andy or Mandy, God damn it.
Please don't cancel us.
No!
That's what it's
That should have been the first episode of Eberron's title.
No,
Don't cancel us.
this
If
one.
they didn't cancel us after episode 1 of Eberron, we're fine. We're Kevlar.
This was a different one.
We should call it Fever Dream. Was it the pocket pussies you're worried about being canceled?
It was a lot of
pocket pussies.
Obviously, it's portable, useful, easily lubricated. I get it.
This episode had everything. Pocket pussies, blackface, racial slurs, everything.
Wait, I missed the blackface. Hold on. Sorry, tell me more. That's right. Yeah.
And he also, and he mud-faced the guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that's
Someone didn't mud-face the guy. Enoch mud-faced
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well,
More black.
yeah.
Honestly, if
that was
Popo
three
did it, you're playing Popo, you can kind of get away with it a little bit more than
I would think so, but I don't know what color his original voice actor was, so maybe.
Touche.
But, disembodied voice from the couch. Silence. But, alright, so, same question I asked Andy earlier. What were your expectations coming in? And where did reality meet them?
I came in with no expectations because I'm like, this is going to be its own animal, and that has not disappointed. I'm very glad. I'm happy to see what we're doing. It's fun. Coming into a pre-established group is, aside from the one failed campaign, kind of the only thing I've actually done.
Okay.
Having said that, this was a very smooth integration. Very excited to work with this team, or against them, or just disrupt everything we're trying to do, derail us. I'm happy for all of it.
Alright, what have been some inspirations besides the obvious one for Carl Weiser?
So I can actually tell you how I landed on Carl Weiser.
Nice.
So, for maybe, hopefully not, obvious reasons in my personal life, I have to do voice work and work on how to change my voice.
Okay.
And with that, you're going to wind up exploring different avenues, even the ones you're not trying to get in, just trying to figure out how your voice hits. Yeah, and I ultimately found this one, and it was just too good to waste. So, I then took that, and then at the same time we were watching Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And, you know, Golem was always a favorite of mine. And,
Yeah, notice a little precious voice with Jimmy's mom.
That's kind of what it is, because there was the thought process of like, well, what if there was someone who's kind of caught in the middle and changes back and forth, kind of like Golem seemingly does, but we can all agree it's mostly Golem.
Yeah.
What if you have someone who's on the opposite side of that? They're mostly Frodo until they're not.
Yeah.
And that was just kind of an interesting concept to play with. And there's also something too of like, for what I do in work, I'm an HVAC technician. I have to catch everything, and I have to be able to come up with a solution to it. Otherwise, someone's house could burn down. I know it doesn't sound that serious normally, but that is what we have to look at. I caught on very early to playing D&D that when I play it, I want to turn my brain off. So we go to stupid characters. Even in the other campaign we're playing right now, these systems, I still have a 9 hit. Because... Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Rin is not smart.
I'm barely smarter than you, but I found out I'm also illiterate because of my class.
I mean, that's a good reason to be illiterate, though.
I mean, that's true.
So,
Only had to restructure my language a bit to pictures. But yeah.
I don't mind telling you, this is my first time actually playing a more caster-oriented class.
Really? Super Fur Marshals?
Generally speaking, and I've wanted to experiment with druids for a while, but I was going to have a hell of a lot easier time Carl Weeks bard than I would a druid.
Yeah, you can always multi-class into ranger for the whole llama like obsession appeal because they are like beasts.
I hadn't thought of that, but now that you've given me that nugget, we are going to see where it goes.
Yeah, because I'm afraid I'm not gonna not allow it, but I'd be afraid if Carl became a druid and turned himself into a llama.
That's promising. I just want you to imagine it's just a llama or alpaca. What's the difference? That was probably racist to llamas and alpacas.
It really was, but
good.
I'm
honestly.
not a druid, so I don't care.
It has 4 legs. I don't care. It doesn't have rights. Peter's gonna come after us.
No, they won't. They don't have access to the internet.
That's true.
Gerbils run the internet. They can't use it.
That's true. That's why they call it a mouse. It's the whole rodent family.
You know? But yeah, so where do you hope Carl ends up? Like where is he at now versus where you would like to see him towards the end of his arc?
Well, so he is destined to be.
Oh, so he's a bum.
He is a bum. He is literally, his strategy is to go from tavern to tavern, pick up a pretty lady, offer her to pay for a sandwich, and then leave it there, and kind of dine and dash. And saying that that's his plan is actually a little bit too generous.
Oh, shit.
He's not, I'm not a god. It's just, he just kind of does that. It's fine, whatever, until it's not.
Okay.
But
until it's not.
I have this backstory in my head of, you know, if you watch Jimmy Neutron, you got Jimmy, who's the artificer who built some of his stuff, and
Ultra Lord!
Right! And so he comes from the Goblin Town.
Oh my god.
He wants to bring back to his community, so to speak. I would like level 20,
Tatted up Weezer
to come back and kind of try to enrich the community a little bit. Kind of get to a point where he's building a functioning corporation out of some of his
You want to gentrify the hood?
A little bit.
Oh my god.
But like Goblin hood.
Is that supposed to make it better?
Yeah, it's supposed to like actually enrich it for everyone. You know, not necessarily bringing outsiders into it. It's more like expanding what's already there.
Okay.
And then kind of build an industry. And I think I kind of wound up in the right party for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, multiple different businesses.
Yeah, that is true.
So,
with the 4th one coming in, because I forgot the 3rd one was their prison industrial complex that Clink wanted to start last session. They have the booze trade, they have the weapons, and you guys were talking about a certain patrol. So there's definitely point to be made. But yes, I don't think Carl has to worry about being destitute too much.
He will not stop acting like he is, though. I want to.
That's a very humble man. You have any questions, Mandy? Well, we had someone use a word wrongly yesterday. We were like, I don't think that means what you think it means.
Is this your first time doing like a duality character, or like how's that?
Good question.
I did play a fusion monk barbarian once, so there was a little bit of duality there that I tried to bring to it, which it did work. I had fun and everything, but I also played that character so briefly. So in a serious sense, I would say.
All right. Back to that fusion monk, though. That's interesting. You want to elaborate on that character a little bit?
At the time I was a huge nerd for Journey to the West.
Okay.
The story of
okay.
Kong. But I also, because of that, kind of adjacent, latched onto Dragon Ball Z. And so I said, well, this is the inspiration for the character.
So
this is the popular culture character. Let's kind of fuse the two of them.
Okay.
So what I wound up with was Son Gokong.
Nice.
Whenever it started off in the beginning, he was a sun singer monk, a little bit of barbarian. And whenever he would rage, he would go full chimp mode. So it was more like turning into the Great Ape form, so to speak.
Bizarro, yeah.
Exactly. So I literally would roleplay chimp noises while smacking something with my staff.
Nice.
As we got a little bit farther along, we got the ability to fly and stuff like that. It became a little bit more Saiyan-esque, so that it became Super Saiyan. So,
Oh yeah.
unfortunately, that's about the time I had to depart from playing regularly, so I didn't really get to expand on that character any further. I would have liked to play it, and it might come back at some point.
Okay. Yeah. We haven't introduced this group or my Eberron group to the concept of death yet, but we do have an interesting mechanic where if you die, initially you're sent to purgatory and you're able to earn soul coins to come back to life. Or, if you don't earn the soul coins, or you're like, man, I want this character to just move on to wherever they're going in the afterlife, you could always potentially bring that character.
Pick up heard that.
Yeah, because I had to let Brian know when he was talking about his Gambit character, what to play until. I was like, well, if anything ever happened to E-Doc, you either forego the soul coins and say, fuck it, or,
And I appreciate that, because there's always been this concept someone always wanted to say that would sound cool, phrases like that.
I made up words today, who cares?
See, there you go. You say death, I say time for an impromptu respec.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that. One of my other players, George, in game, or actually, it was during an interview actually, because they have a dragon lady of their own, something like that. But they were getting into a potential altercation, and his phrase for it, instead of like, I would fight her or I would beat her ass, he was like, well, if you do this, we're just gonna have a physical disagreement. And I was like, I love that.
There you go.
So I'm gonna steal that from you too. But do you have any more above the table questions?
I don't think so. Really, at this point, everything's very new. I mean, any regrets on jumping into this campaign?
None whatsoever.
Okay.
You gotta ask.
We'll fix that.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me.
Alright. That will be all. We'll talk to you later, Cree Summers, and we'll be back with character